That's before you ever attack a Terran. And meanwhile, while Bisu was attacking up at Terran space, I don't know if you noticed, but he dropped out 4 siege tanks, took out the natural. Bisu saw the dropships on the way down. Now he's dropping the main base, and he's going to start shelling with those 4 siege tanks there. Bisu luckily has a couple of troops maxed up back at home. Siege tanks targeting the probe zone. ArtofTerran is just hurting Bisu's economy like crazy. Poor Bisu, he just can't seem to get ahead in this game. And his troops, ironically, run right past that 3rd base of ArtofTerran's en route back to his base, trying to cut off those dropships. So he's not even going to take out that 3rd base. So, and Bisu's 3rd base, or now I guess his outside 2nd base is now his third, I don't know what you call that, is now online. But Bisu has lost a ton of probes. He's lost his army fruitlessly attacking ArtofTerran's base. And again, that's because lack of poor scouting on Bisu's part before the attack. Before you ever attack a Terran fortification as a Protoss player, you've got to scout that out, because if he's fortified like he is, you're not going to get in. And now you can see ArtofTerran moving off his siege tanks. He's just going to get a little bit more of map control just to protect his now 3rd expansion, which is now online, has SCVs mining there. Of course, Bisu sees all this, 2 observers hanging around overhead. And now Bisu just trying to get his outside 3rd base expansion going. He looks like he's going to try to rebuild his natural here in a minute. He's got a probe sitting there.
Yes, indeed, and I feel like it's too late for Bisu to actually come in and take up this 3rd base of ArtofTerran now. Because ArtofTerran's just got these siege tanks in this great position where they have range over both the front door and the entrance to the 3rd base, and he's got all his SVs transferred over. He's going to be on 3 bases compared with Bisu's 3 bases, and Bisu is definitely behind on probes, that's for sure. He's only got 4 gateways. It's going to be tough. Bisu's going to have to think of something to do here. Maybe get some more expansions, or try some harassment of his own. He's got no tech really. I mean, if he had like the Templar archives or something up, I'd consider, if I was him, going for maybe a storm drop or something like that. But he's behind on that as well, and that really worries me. Yeah, I just cannot think of any way. Well, I mean, I'm not the Protoss player. I'm going to have to pass you over to Psyonicreaver for this. I mean, what does Bisu need to do in this position to try and come back? I mean, what options does he have?
Well, it's exactly how you said. He needs to start harassing that Terran economy line. If you let a Terran get 1 base over you before you, as a Protoss player, if you don't get your 3rd base before the Terran, you gotta harass his economy line. Now you can see ArtofTerran, he's put down 4 more factories. He's got 6 factories, and they're pumping vultures like crazy. So what ArtofTerran is going to do now, he's going to keep harassing Bisu. You can see a bunch of vultures, about 3 vultures, not a bunch, heading down towards the 3rd base. And their sole purpose right now is just to kill probes, just to, if they can get in, test the waters a little bit. And what ArtofTerran probably going to do, he can see that it's kind of exposed, not that many dragoons there. He's going to probably get another group of vultures. He's going to distract one area of Bisu's army and then sneak in another group to take out probes. And he's just going to keep harping on Bisu's economy. And the only thing Bisu can do to really get back into the game right now is he needs to get Templar tech, and he's got to start dropping those expansions. And you can see that all of these Terran expansions, there's no turrets, not even in the main base. There's only 1 turret, and that's by the natural that was going to spot for Dark Templar if Bisu had decided to go for that tech quicker. But there's nothing impeding Bisu from harassing, and unfortunately for Bisu, he's really not scouting that out. He's only got 2 observers, 3 observers on the field, which is a very low number of observers. A Protoss needs to have at least 6 to 8 observers always around a Terran base, countering their factories, looking at their defenses, looking at when their forces are moving out. If you don't have those observers out, you have no idea what a Terran is doing. And Terran, of course, has those comsat stations. He scans around, he knows exactly what you're up to. As soon as you start adding more gates, he knows you have an expansion somewhere. He'll move out to do a timing push and take you out before you can get those resources kicking in.
Yeah, and look at this. ArtofTerran is actually building more dropships, so can he be doing even more of this dropship arrest? Yes, he is. And look at that, 3 dropships moving out now. They're full of tanks and vultures, so if Bisu gets clobbered by that, then I think he's going to be out of this game for good. Bisu's got his Citadel down, and he's got a Stargate going up, so maybe some Arbiters might be able to swing the tide if he's lucky. But yeah, he's just clearing mines now. He's just, I feel like he's not doing much at all. And the dropships coming down from the...
So I was just saying, you see all those vultures moving out? He was going to try to distract with his dropships and then move those vultures in. You can see ArtofTerran wants to hit the peon line. That's where, but looks like he might do that with those dropships instead.
Wow, yeah, that is indeed what he's doing. And oh my god, he's sent you from just the right position to actually harass 2 bases at once, not just the one. And Bisu hasn't got speed upgraded in his zealots yet. One zealot goes down, and the vultures come in at exactly the right time. Oh my god, mate, they're blocking off the entrance of the tanks. So this is fantastic play by ArtofTerran. He planned this perfectly, and Bisu's forces just don't have the range to get in. And finally, Bisu's actually got a shuttle load of zealots dropping into the tanks, and he's managed to take that out. Quick thinking there by Bisu. That it could have gone even worse than it did, but still, Bisu has just not been able to come back from that. I mean, he's actually lost out a fair deal from that. And meanwhile, if you look at ArtofTerran's base, he's got like 176 supply of tanks and vultures, and Bisu has what, 112? So that is just not a good position. ArtofTerran is expanding to the top right. He's got that 4th base coming up now, and ArtofTerran is just loading up again. He's got 4 dropships full and a huge number of tanks and vultures. Any minute now, you're just going to see a massive push, and this is going to take Bisu
Yeah,
out.
what we're going to probably see is he might go to the main base and hit the main with the dropships, and then also push simultaneously. You can see, yep, there goes his main force. He's going to do a push, and then he's probably going to put those dropships either in the main base or maybe up on that cliff on top of the natural again, and he's just going to push Bisu, and you can see he's using those vultures very effectively to scout out where Bisu's army is, and here he comes. Here comes the Terran cavalry, just gonna go save those vulture bikes, and Bisu really does not have an army at all. Again, the comsat going off, and actually, no, looks like I was wrong. ArtofTerran just gonna drop siege tanks all behind Bisu's army, cause those forces to split and divide their focus, their fire, and now they're just getting ripped apart, and this is the end for Bisu. I don't see him coming back after losing his army like this.
Yeah, oh my god, ArtofTerran just didn't even need to harass with his dropships. He knew that all he had to do was land his forces, and he's not even bothering to siege up. So this is just rubbing in the face of if a Terran player is rolling over you without having to siege. Oh my god, this is the ultimate shame. But forces just coming into. I mean, it looks like the players are chatting with each other or something, because I can't even see too much micro going on here. All ArtofTerran has to do is just attack move with his forces, and that's indeed what's happening. And GG. Replay's finished. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks, Psyonic, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this game. ArtofTerran versus Bisu, and ArtofTerran showing why he's still got the skill that he needs to beat players such as Bisu.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. This is Psyonicreaver.